Hello and welcome back dear student in the next module of the topic solution. So in the last lecture we have done our third colligative property as a freezing point depression, and before that we have completed our two colligative property as a vapor pressure lowering and elevation in boiling point. So up to this lecture we have completed our three colligative property as lowering of vapor pressure, elevation in boiling point and the depression in freezing point. So in the last lecture we have completed this colligative property, that is the depression in freezing point, and for that delta TF, that means the depression in freezing point, which is equal to Kf 1000 W2 divided by M2 W1, or M2 means the molar mass of the solid, which is equal to, if we rearrange this equation for the depression in freezing point, we get the molar mass of the solute M2, which is equal to 1000 KFW2 divided by delta TFW1. So what is the main application of the all colligative properties? That means from the colligative property we have to determine the molar mass of the solute. That means from all the colligative property we have to determine the molar mass of the solute. So dear student, in today's lecture here we have started our last colligative property, that means the fourth colligative property, as a osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure. Then, but in that colligative property, first we have to study what is mean by semi-permeable membrane, what is mean by osmosis, and then we have started with the osmotic pressure. So in this today's lecture we are going to study what is mean by semi-permeable membrane, what is mean by osmosis, and then what is mean by osmotic pressure. So here what is mean by a semi-permeable membrane? Let us start with the semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane means it is called as here SPM. Semi-permeable membrane means SPM. A semi-permeable membrane is a membrane which allows a solvent molecules, which allows only a solvent molecule pass through them. That means a semi-permeable membrane is a membrane which allows only solvent molecule pass through it. That means it is a thin film sheet. It is a film such as cellophane which has a pores. It is just like our filter paper. Means it is having a pores which allows only solvent molecule pass through them. Which allows only solvent molecule pass through them. Means it is a membrane which allows only solvent molecule pass through them. For example, here animal bladder, then copper ferrocyanide, cellulose, biocellulose nitrate. So all these are the example of the semi-permeable membrane. Animal bladder, cellulose, cellulose nitrate and the copper ferrocyanides, these are the examples of the semi-permeable membrane. It is a membrane which allows only solvent molecule pass through them. It is called as a semi-permeable membrane. So next to that, here what is mean by osmosis, and then we are going to study the osmotic pressure as a fourth colligative property. So let us start with the osmosis. What is mean by osmosis? And for that here we have considered for the osmosis, here we have considered a container. Here we have considered a container like this, and here it is filled with all the water molecules. So it is filled with of the water molecules. It is filled up with the water molecule. So we divide this container into the two parts by using, here we divide this container into the two parts here by using a semi-permeable membrane. Here we divide this container which is filled with a liquid water, means only with a solvent, and this container is divided into the two parts with the help of a semi-permeable membrane, and it is called as a semi-permeable membrane. And as we seen, a semi-permeable membrane is a membrane which allows only solvent molecule pass through them. So it divides these solvent molecule into two parts. So in this part, if we add here some solute particles, in this part if we add some solute particles, in this part if we add some solute particles, then it forms a solution. So this part, it is having a solution and this having only a solvent. Means if we add some solute particle in this part or in this part, then it becomes, then here it becomes high concentration region. Then it becomes a high concentration region, and obviously it is a low concentration region. Means if we take a container and if it is separated by a semi-permeable membrane, and in one part of that container if we add some solute particle, then this region becomes a high concentration region and this region becomes a low concentration region. That means if we add some solute particles, then it forms a solution, and therefore as we know the vapor pressure of a solution is lower, and therefore this is the region of low pressure. So this is the region of low pressure and this is the region of high pressure. This is the region of high pressure. Because when we form a solution of this part, that means when we add a solute in this part, then it becomes a solution, and therefore the vapor pressure of a solution is lower than that of the pure solvent, and therefore obviously it is the low pressure region and it is the high pressure region. And therefore due to only a solvent molecule which pass through the semi-permeable membrane, and therefore the solvent molecules which pass from this region to this region here. Therefore the flow of a solvent takes place from low concentration region to high concentration region, and this is called as osmosis. What is mean by osmosis? Osmosis, it is a spontaneous, means it is a spontaneous flow of a solvent molecule through a solution, means in a solution through a semi-permeable membrane is called as osmosis, or the flow of a solvent from low concentration to high concentration through this semi-permeable membrane is called as osmosis. What is mean by osmosis? Osmosis, it is the net spontaneous flow of a solvent molecule into the solution through a semi-permeable membrane or from a lower concentration region to higher concentration region. That is, the flow of a solvent molecule is from lower concentration region to higher concentration region is called as osmosis. And therefore, during the osmosis, what happen here? During the osmosis, here the hydrostatic pressure, here the hydrostatic pressure is created, and due to this hydrostatic pressure, this is the membrane which allows only solvent molecule pass through them, and therefore due to this hydrostatic pressure, that means the pressure created by the water molecules is called as a hydrostatic pressure, and therefore there is a net flow of solvent molecules from lower concentration region to higher concentration region is called as osmosis. It is called as osmosis. And therefore during the osmosis, what happened? The volume of the solution during the osmosis, the volume of the solution increases and the volume of this part it get decreases. The volume of this part it get decreases. The volume of the solution here, the volume of the solution increases and the volume of this part it get decreases during the osmosis, because here the flow of a solvent is taking place from this part to this part, from lower concentration region to higher concentration region, or from solvent to solution, and therefore this process is called as osmosis. But we don't want to flow the solvent molecule from this region to this region, but we want to flow the solvent from higher concentration region to lower concentration region, and then at that time here we have to apply an external pressure. We have to apply an external pressure from the solution side, to stop the osmosis, because the osmosis is the flow of a solvent from lower concentration region to higher concentration region. But we don't want to flow up the solvent from this region to this region. We want to flow the solvent from higher concentration region to lower concentration region, and therefore here we have to apply the external mechanical pressure on the solution side to stop the flow of a solvent from this region to this region, and therefore here this applied pressure is called as osmotic pressure. So this pressure which is applied from the solution side to stop the osmosis is called as osmotic pressure. It is called as osmotic pressure. So here what is mean by osmotic pressure? Osmotic pressure is the pressure applied on the solution side to stop the net flow of a solvent from lower concentration region to higher concentration region, and therefore this pressure is called as osmotic pressure. This pressure is called as osmotic pressure. So what is mean by osmotic pressure here? Therefore the osmosis, what is mean by osmosis? Osmosis is the net spontaneous flow of a solvent molecule into the solution or from more diluted solution to more concentration solution through a semi-permeable membrane is called as osmosis. It is called as osmosis. What is mean by osmosis? Osmosis is the net spontaneous flow of a solvent molecule into the solution or from more diluted solution to the more concentrated solution through a semi-permeable membrane is called as a osmosis. It is called as a osmosis. And what is mean by osmotic pressure? The osmotic pressure is the pressure, that means it is the hydrostatic pressure that stops the osmosis, is an osmotic pressure of the solution. That means to stop the osmosis we have to apply some mechanical external pressure. Then at that time what happened? The solvent from a solution, they are flows through a semi-permeable membrane to the solvent side, and therefore the pressure, that means the hydrostatic pressure that stop the osmosis is an osmotic pressure of the solution. This is an osmotic pressure of the solution. The osmotic pressure here, the osmotic pressure is denoted by a letter pi. This is our fourth colligative property, that is osmotic pressure. The osmotic pressure is denoted by a letter pi. So next, osmotic, these two sentences are a very important sentence related to the osmotic pressure. The osmotic pressure is not a pressure produced by the solution. It is not a pressure produced by the solution, but it exists only when a solution is separated from a solvent through a semi-permeable membrane. Means osmotic pressure is not produced by the solution, but it is exists when a solution is separated from a solvent through a semi-permeable membrane. आत्ताच आपण जी डायग्राम बघितली, त्या डायग्राम मध्ये एकाच कंटेनर मध्ये आपण त्या कंटेनरचे दोन भाग केले. एकात फक्त प्युअर सॉल्व्हंट आणि एकात काय आहे, सोल्युशन आहे, आणि इट इज सेपरेटेड बाय सेमी परमिएबल मेम्ब्रेन. and when this solution is separated by the solvent through a semi permeable membrane, then what happens? The osmotic pressure is not a pressure produced by the solution, but it is produced due to the bombardment of a solid particle on that semi permeable membrane. It is the bombardment of the solid particle in a semi permeable membrane. Means here it is a pressure, it is not produced by the solution, it is not produced by the solution then, but when from this solution only the solvent molecule pass through this semi permeable membrane, then at that time the solid particles, they are present here, they are bombarding on this semi permeable membrane, because this is the membrane which allows only solvent molecules pass through them, and therefore there is a bombardment of the solute particles. There is a bombardment of the solid particles on this semi-permeable membrane, and it creates a pressure. It creates a hydrostatic pressure. Then that pressure is called as a osmotic pressure. So the osmotic pressure is the pressure not created by the solution, but here it is not produced by the solution, it is produced or it is exist when a solution is separated from a solvent through a semi-permeable membrane. So what is mean by osmotic pressure? Osmotic pressure is the pressure, hydrostatic pressure, to stop the osmosis. Means osmosis stop करण्यासाठी solution साइडला जे काही आपण pressure apply करणार आहे, external mechanical pressure, and that pressure is called as a osmotic pressure. Then we have three definitions in that osmotic pressure. The first one is what is mean by isotonic solution, what is mean by hypertonic solution, and what is mean by hypotonic solution. So let us see all these one by one. Then what is mean by isotonic solutions? Iso means same. Iso means same. Means if the two solutions they are having a same osmotic pressure, or two solution having same osmotic pressure, then that two solutions they are said to be a isotonic solution. For example, here if we have an example, that means 0.1 molar urea and 0.1 molar glucose, they are having same osmotic pressure. That means they are having the same molar concentration. Therefore, these two solutions are isotonic solutions. What is mean by isotonic solutions? So, two solutions having the same osmotic pressure is called as isotonic solutions. Then, the next, what is mean by first hypertonic solution? If the two solutions have an equal osmotic pressure, if the two solutions having an unequal, means they not having the same osmotic pressure, they are having an unequal osmotic pressure, then the more concentrated solution out of that two solutions having unequal osmotic pressure, then the more concentrated solution with a higher osmotic pressure is said to be a hypertonic solution. For example, if we consider here 0.1 molar urea and here 0.5 molar glucose solution. So, these two solutions they are having unequal osmotic pressure. Then these solutions 0.5 and 0.1. So, this solution is, in this solution the glucose 0.5, these are hypotonic, having less concentrated solution, means a more diluted solution exhibiting a lower osmotic pressure. This is having a lower osmotic pressure, this is having a higher osmotic pressure, and therefore these two solutions they are hypertonic and hypotonic with each other. Means a solution having unequal concentration, a solution having unequal concentration, in that if the glucose having a more concentration than the urea, then the glucose is hypertonic with urea and urea is hypotonic with the glucose. If the two solutions having same osmotic pressure, then they are called as the isotonic solutions. And if the two solutions having unequal osmotic pressure, then the solution with higher osmotic pressure, they are hypertonic with the another, and the solution with the lower osmotic pressure, means the more diluted solution having the lower osmotic pressure, is said to be a hypotonic solutions. So, these are the three important definitions from the examination point of view. They are asked, they may be asked for the 3 marks. So, next, osmotic pressure and the concentration of the solution. Means, for a very dilute solution, the osmotic pressure follows the equation pi, which is equal to, because the osmotic pressure is denoted by a letter pi, and pi which is equal to N2 RT upon V. Means for a very dilute solution, the osmotic pressure follows the equation pi, which is equal to N2 RT upon V. But N2 upon V here. But the N2 upon V, which is a N2 upon V means the concentration of the solution, and here for the concentration we use the term molarity, because N2 upon V, it is the concentration of the solution, and as we know the concentration of the solution that can be expressed by using different ways: molarity, molality, mole fraction, percentage by mass, and therefore for this N2 upon V we have used the term capital M, not a small m, molarity. And why we use the term molarity in the osmotic pressure? Because here molarity is taken at a constant temperature, means the osmotic pressure is calculated with the help of a constant temperature, and therefore instead of using the molality, here we use the term molarity, and therefore pi, which is equal to capital MRT, where R is the gas constant, T is the temperature, constant temperature, and therefore here N2 upon V, which is equal to MRT. It is called as a molarity of the solution. So for a very dilute solution, pi is equal to N2RT upon V, or if we simplify that, then we get the pi which is equal to MRT. So next, what is the molar mass of the solute? That means what is the relation between molar mass of the solute and the osmotic pressure? So we can start with this equation: pi, which is equal to here N2RT upon V, and therefore here pi, which is equal to N2, and as we know N2, which is equal to W2 upon M2, and if we put this value in this equation, here we get W2RT divided by M2V, and therefore for the M2, if we rearrange this equation, then we get here W2RT divided by pi V. So this is the relation between molar mass of the solute and the osmotic pressure pi. So M2, which is equal to W2RT, M2 which is equal to W2RT upon pi V. So dear student, here what is mean by reverse osmosis? Reverse osmosis means the flow of a solvent from solvent to solution, and reverse osmosis means by applying a pressure there is a flow of a solvent from solution to solvent. That means the direction of osmosis can be reversed by applying a pressure larger than the osmotic pressure, and therefore it is called as a reverse osmosis. Means by applying a osmotic pressure, here the direction of osmosis it can be reversed, and therefore it is called as a reverse osmosis. The pure solvent flows from solution into the pure solvent through a semi-permeable membrane. This phenomenon is called as a reverse osmosis, and this phenomenon is called as a reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis means the flow of a solvent from a solution to a solvent side and through a semi-permeable membrane is called as a reverse osmosis. So dear student, we can stop here. We will meet in the next lecture. Till then, thank you.